Hello, my name is Joshua Hinn, and this is my 4.3 assignment from my Mastery Journal timeline. Overarching career goal. I will be a music producer. My short-term goal is I will intern for a music studio 1 month after graduation to learn the ins and outs of the industry. The 6 steps or strategies to accomplish these goals. Strategy 1, find a studio to intern for. I will use the Full Sail Library resource to find music studios in the area that I can intern for using the school's credentials as an incentive to let me start. I will also use the LinkedIn that I set up here in school to search for studios in the area looking for interns to hire. Strategy 2, set up a pricing plan. I will first need to target my market and do my research on this market before coming up with a strategy for my finances. I plan to identify the cost of my product and the revenue per customer. I will also need to do research on my competitors to find out what people in the production industry are charging. Strategy 3, pick my target audience. The first step in targeting your audience is to conduct market research and identify the current trends in the industry. Another great way to target my audience is to define who isn't my audience. By narrowing out those who aren't, I can focus on those who potentially could be in the future. According to Stephen Norioko, in 2001, the Full Sail Library database states what music evokes in the listener is not actually emotions, but rather the memories of those emotions. If I can pull on the emotions of the listener by targeting my audience, my clientele will be that much more captivated by the music I'm producing. Strategy 4, register my studio as a legal business entity. First, I will need to pick a name for my business and choose a business structure. I will also need to apply for proper licensing and registration with state agencies. I will also need to understand my compliance requirements and my tax obligations. Strategy 5, get the necessary permits and insurance for my studio. I will need to get an LLC for the studio along with the necessary documents with the Secretary of State. There aren't many permits of licensing necessary to operate a music studio, but it may be subject to a local and safety inspection to obtain a business occupancy permit. Strategy 6, tally up the total cost to get my startup going. After undergoing all the steps I listed, I will lastly need to total up the cost to make this dream a reality. Opening a studio isn't cheap, but I plan to start saving money now to have a good chunk of change in the bank once I graduate. It won't be easy, but I believe it can be done if I stay diligent and keep pressing towards my goal. A reflection or connection on how I can get involved in an industry, club, or association. I plan on using the Full Sail One database to find clubs and networking events I can attend to meet people that have similar goals in the music industry. There was always going to be strength with numbers, and by getting around people that have similar mindsets as myself will only be beneficial going forward in my career. FSO has a number of ways to get connected and even has a site just for alumni to help us with our goals. They bring back special guest speakers and helps a lot with our success in the future. Here are my resources. Thank you for listening to my presentation and have a blessed afternoon.